Welcome to Mind Balance Yoga. I'm Dr. Sarah Morrow. I'm a child psychologist and I teach therapeutic yoga. And because of the health crisis going on around the world right now, I'm live streaming these classes as a way to try to create a healing space for my students and make these recordings available to people who would like some therapeutic yoga to help them get through this difficult chapter. So I've really felt compelled each week to structure a class that's relevant to what's happening in the world. And I begin with about 10 or 15 minutes of education before we move into our meditation and physical practice. And so I really encourage everybody to move and just loosen up the body. You can certainly close the eyes and go inward as I go through the thought for the day here. So last week's class, we talked all about grief. So I discussed Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's model about the stages of grief we go through, not so much a linear stage, but these different emotions that are present as we go through a grief experience. And today I want to talk about this sixth stage of grief added much later to this model by David Kessler, which is finding meaning in tragedy and in loss. So we're going to talk today a lot about finding meaning and about deep healing, how we can use difficult experiences strategically and intentionally to come to some deeper healing. So currently we're grieving a collective loss of the world that we once knew, and we thought it would never change. And as we move through these fluctuating emotions of sometimes denial, like this just doesn't even feel real, anger and frustration, how inconvenient this stay-at-home life is, bargaining, just wishing we could fast forward through this pandemic, sadness as we feel somewhat lonely and discontent in our isolation, and eventually, hopefully, moments of acceptance where we realize this is real, this is hard, and I have to find a way to get through this with resilience. So we also then have this opportunity to work to find meaning in the hardship that we're experiencing. So David Kessler worked in conjunction with Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and he said he just felt discontent that acceptance is the end game in grief. And he said, really, we heal in a much deeper way if we can work towards finding meaning. So I want to share with you some of his words to just kind of frame what this might mean in moving intentionally towards a deep healing as we've gone through a grief experience. So David Kessler wrote, "Loss is what happens to you in life. Meaning is what you make happen. Finding meaning cannot erase grief, but it can soothe the anguish of grief and help us move forward. The pain of grief is a natural reaction, but suffering is what our mind does to us, which can be mitigated by finding meaning in what we've lost. Our hearts know how to grieve, but our minds work against us. Finding meaning is a way of living with the loss rather than getting over it. Pain, death, and loss are unavoidable in our lifetime. Yet the reality is post-traumatic growth happens more often than post-traumatic stress." So there's a starting with just acknowledging this is hard. As humanity moves through this crisis, we have to really decide that we need to intentionally be coping as best we can, taking good care of ourselves and trying to find as much resilience as possible. But our tendency is to want to cover up our suffering, to just run away from the hurt. And we use things like constant distraction, consumption, numbing agents of all kinds, just this desperation to avoid the pain that might be there on a deeper level. And what we know about successfully healing through grief is that grief must be witnessed in order to be healed. So how can we proactively, intentionally move ourselves through this collective grief? The foundation to resilience really comes down to mindfulness. So mindfulness is this very simple sounding concept of practicing awareness, to just pause and notice everything in the present moment. And then the trick and the hard part is to stop the mind from judging what it is that you observe. And that sounds so easy, but it's really counter to the natural state of the human brain and nervous system, in which we have a constant stream of thought, a very fearful and judgmental mind, and a busyness that distracts us from really noticing and going into that inner awareness. So with mindfulness, it helps us to come home to the present moment. And in that awareness, it allows us to effectively work through our pain, to move towards understanding, and hopefully eventually find meaning. It presents a path for us towards healing. So, through mindfulness, it's easy to feel that it's kind of not getting you anywhere quickly. But if we keep coming back to this awareness and practice sustained attention without the mind judging and reacting to what it is we observe, then over time we're able to transform our pain into growth. So as we try to find meaning through difficult experiences, it's a very personal process. Nobody can tell you what your unique meaning looks like. But if you explore your pain with this loving awareness, this kind curiosity, you begin to find meaning, and gradually you find your way toward healing. So this crisis, for me, the way that I'm framing this COVID pandemic is this term I've seen come up, and it's referring to this experience as the great pause. So suddenly our world and our way of life came to this screeching halt. All across the world, we have stopped, perhaps for the first time in modern history, and humans are sitting still. In stillness and in quiet, we become aware. We become free of the constant distractions of the mind, and our perception begins to expand, awakening us perhaps to a deeper sense of understanding the life process itself. This existential wondering starts to become a little less overwhelming. So as we look for larger meaning, there's a question about how may this create some deep existential learning and growth, moving from tragedy to transformation. So I do want to share with you just a brief quote that I think frames the potential that is there for us to find meaning through this very difficult and painful crisis the world is going through. This was written by Arundhati Roy. Historically, pandemics have forced humans to break with the past and imagine their world anew. This one is no different. It is a portal, a gateway between one world and the next. We can choose to walk through it, dragging the carcasses of the past behind us, our prejudice and hatred, our greed, our dead rivers and smoky skies. Or we can walk through lightly, ready to imagine another world and ready to embrace it. So when my heart feels heavy as I see the death toll rise and the pain in the world escalate, I really have to pause and go inward and honor and acknowledge that there is grief and fear and struggle as we go through this, but to realize that this is an opportunity for humanity and for each of us on a personal level to go deeper into awareness, into existential understanding, and hopefully allow ourselves some intentional time to work towards deep healing, not just this collective grief, but these collective traumas held in the human body, in the human psyche. So to truly heal, you must see clearly, recognizing there is all this pain, being very mindful of the emotions, but knowing that grief will show up very uniquely for each of us and differently day to day. It's also really important to recognize that trauma and grief is in the world around us, that everybody is going through this at the same time. It's a shared struggle. And to try really hard to have compassion and not judge the way that other people are coping and responding to this tragedy. So that can be really difficult, but it's mindfulness that allows us to catch those automatic negative reactions and from there be able to make a choice to respond in a way that feels better and works better. So compassion is a very powerful practice. It's not just a feeling you have, but it's an intention. It's a way to see the world and see yourself. And so it's really important right now that we have compassion for ourselves, for whatever our struggle is today, knowing that will ebb and flow and change day to day. And we also need to recognize these the pain in the world around us, the grief that is shared across the world right now, grieving our shared loss of the world we once knew. Next week's class, I feel, should be all about compassion. It's one of my favorite subjects to teach about, and I think that that could be a nice follow-up from today's class. So as we go through this, just trying to catch our fear and our judgment and our anger and be able to bring ourselves towards compassion, to just recognize how hard this is, not just for us, but for everybody, and to really work towards loving ourselves where we're at and trying to have acceptance. Another strategy to help your grief become a healing process is to move towards gratitude. So gratitude helps to counter the pain we feel during grief. So not necessarily grateful for the loss or the virus or anything concrete in that way, but grateful for the learning, for the opportunity to grow. I've really tried to bring myself back to what Mr. Rogers told us, to see the helpers in the world. There are always so many good people working so hard to help each other. And also to see all the love in the world, all the ways people are trying to come together and be there for each other. We're also able to recognize that there is meaning in this moment, even though there is pain and struggle. And to be grateful to see that meaning and positive transformation can potentially come from this worldwide experience. So today our practice is going to be a lot about kind of detoxifying the body and working out deep layers of tension. I also think that probably all of us are a little bit guilty of getting through this in a little bit of unhealthy, self-soothing ways. And so whether that's through junk food or just too much Netflix or perhaps a little more alcohol than normal, we need to take care of the body. And we also hold emotional stress in the body. And so we're going to be doing a lot of work today with the belly and with twisting postures, trying to kind of work out tension, kind of wring out through the organs of the body to allow some fresh blood flow to come into all the organs, and trying to get the lymphatic system really moving. So one thing that we know is that as we are sedentary or shallow breathe, the lymphatic system becomes kind of stagnant. And when we can deepen the breath using the diaphragm, and we can do some gentle movement like through a yoga practice, that we're actually kind of massaging and stimulating the lymphatic flow. And so that helps us to be able to release toxins from the body effectively, which of course also supports the immune system. And also doing this belly and twist work is about, really trying to improve the health of our digestive system, which is where the majority of your immune system is located in the body. Just so you know a little bit more about the lymph system, if our lymph is not moving and able to detox, it affects our physical health. We know it relates to high blood pressure, heart problems, weight gain, and inflammation. And of course, it impacts your immune system resilience. And so I think today's practice will be a bit active, but I think it can be really enjoyable to work out some of the tension in the hips and in the belly region, and to hopefully through our effort, this physical effort, be able to completely let go into deep relaxation as we come into Shavasana. Okay, so with those thoughts, I'm going to relocate back to my mat, and please get yourself set up for our meditation practice. So of course, it is beneficial to have a little bit of height to sit on, just allowing you to stay in a meditation and more stillness comfortably, so the back is comfortable. And so I would recommend just a folded blanket or two, or even a couch pillow or something to sit up on. And then we work towards broadening the knees if that's comfortable for you, but the legs can stay crossed as well. In Sukhasana, we align one foot to the center of the body and then the next foot in front of the first. Intentionally come into connection with the sitting bones, level the pelvis to support a healthy spinal position, and then begin to lengthen upward, reaching through the crown of the head, trying to create a little bit more space between each of the vertebrae of the spine. And then roll the shoulders back and down, and as the shoulders fall away from the ears, allow the hands to slide in so that the shoulders can just fall completely at ease. Closing your eyes is a way to help you get better at pausing and noticing and bringing mindful awareness. But if you prefer to keep your gaze open, just kind of have an unfocused gaze on the floor in front of you. And our singing bowl is a signal. It's a cue to come to the breath and to go inward to begin our meditation practice. Sound of the bell, take your first intentional deep breath from nose to belly. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Release the breath. And breathing in from nose to belly. Exhale completely, emptying the lungs. Feel the belly expand with each inhale, contract on exhale, awakening the diaphragm to guide the breath into the lower lobes of the lungs, promoting healthy exchange of the gases with each breath, releasing carbon dioxide and increasing oxygen. And that diaphragm pressing into the belly organ, stimulating circulation and stimulating that lymphatic flow through the body. Pause and notice. Bring full awareness to the present moment. Scan through the body with kind curiosity, just noticing how the body feels. Check in with the mind, just listening to any thoughts and inviting them to pass by. Follow the breath and send loving awareness to the heart, checking in with any emotional energy present, any anxiety or tension you might be holding. Allow everything to be just as it is. During difficult moments, we have opportunity to grow, a chance to see our deepest wounds, our collective trauma, and find meaning on our path to true healing. Zoom out, see the larger scope of reality, of life itself unfolding. Let go of what is weighing you down. Free yourself of the heaviness of the mind. Zoom out, enlarging your sense of all that is. Accept you cannot change or control the outer world, but realize your choice to anchor your mind to your inner world, to acceptance, appreciation, and deepen your understanding of all that is. Being present to your inner state will help you be resilient, managing the outer circumstances. Relax into the moment. Let go of the thinking, worrying mind. Bring your heart towards compassion. Allow fear to fall away. Allow your heart to fully embrace life just as it is. Do not constrict your heart, for this leads to our suffering. Breathe in, smile, soften. fully aware of the body. Look deeply into the pain. Allow it to be present. Investigate it with kind curiosity. Offer yourself loving kindness, deep compassion. Breathing in, breathing out. Allow a gentle smile to the face, loving energy into the eyes, savoring the breath. Deepen each inhale and elongate each breath out. Ground your awareness in gratitude. Rolling the shoulders back and down, opening the heart. Release your hands, palms turned up. Rise as you breathe in, gathering beautiful healing energy. Smile to the face, gazing toward the sky as fingertips touch. And slow exhale, prayer hands draw down the midline to the heart. Pausing here to feel all the energy and sensation of the body in this present moment. Set your intention. See yourself able to allow the pain of the current moment to guide you to a deeper understanding. Even if you do not know how this will help you grow, set your intention to stay open, to learn, to find deeper purpose and meaning in your life. This one precious human life. See yourself able to pause and notice, to bring mindful awareness, especially during those difficult moments. And from that awareness, choose to move yourself toward compassion, toward gratitude, and attempting to see deeper meaning as we have opportunity to transform our pain into growth. Deep breath in and deep breath out with release. Beginning to open the eyes, hands come down to the legs, pausing in full awareness as vision returns and outer awareness comes back. Honor this transition moment. And then from here, lean to your right side, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, left palm turns up, shoulder open, rise on inhale. Reach through the left fingertips straight up, trying to find a long form through that left side body, space between the side ribs. And then inhale, continue this stretch to the side, and then circle that left hand down. Fingertips come beyond the right knee. Press the left hand down and forward, tuck the chin and pull the belly in, rounding the back, shoulders round forward. Closing the eyes and breathing. Feel compression to the right side of the belly. Breathe low in the lungs. Feel the belly expand with each inhale. And then inhale, left arm lifts and rise upward. Turn the palm out, exhale, release. Left fingertips down, roll the right shoulder open, palm up, and inhale. Reach the right arm straight up. Vertical line here as you extend through the right side of the body. Breathe into those side ribs. And then next inhale, continue this movement across the body. Right arm circling slowly, coming to rest the hand beyond the left knee. Press the right fingertips down and forward. Roll the shoulders, tuck the chin, pull the belly in. Feel compression into that left side of the belly as you breathe low into the lungs. And then inhale, right arm rises back up, nice and slow. Palm turns out, and exhale, release the arm. And then from here, give your knees a little break. And so just notice which leg you have in front. So as we take the legs out just for a moment, little massage to the kneecaps, maybe a little bit of massage to get blood flow back down the legs, just to rest a little bit here. And then coming back to Sukhasana, put that other foot in towards you, second leg in front. And then from here, roll the shoulders back and inhale, both arms rise, big stretch on inhale, turn towards the right knee and exhale, bring both hands down, coming beyond the right knee. Press the fingertips down, drop the chin to the chest, pull the belly in. Breathe low, feel that expansion through the abdomen. And then inhale, walk the hands to center. Stretch it out, hips back, hands reach forward. And you might even want to take your frontal foot a little ways out from you, just to come a little bit into a hip opener. That front leg offering us a bit of a modified pigeon here. Following the breath. And then walking the hands over to the left side, pressing those fingertips out. Really press through the hands as you round the shoulders and tuck the chin. And then on an inhale, right arm leads, left arm follows, coming all the way up. Big breath in, and then turn back to that left knee. Exhale, both hands come down. Press those fingertips down and forward. Pull the belly in, release the head. Deep breath here. And then walking those hands forward, pressing yourself out. And you might want to switch your leg in front if you did that little hip opener, just to access deep into that other hip. Pausing here for a moment. And then fingertips continue over to the right side. Press the hands down and forward. Drop the chin. Feeling that compression into the right side of the belly. And then left arm leads, right arm follows, coming all the way up. Reach, turn the palms out, very slowly exhale, coming down. And then from here, inhale, hands to the knees, lift the heart, lift the chin, and then begin to press the heart forward. As you exhale, roll to the right, pull the belly in on exhale as you round the back, and inhale, reach the heart forward. So doing these big circles through the torso. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the back. And one more big circle, and then release. And then switching directions. Inhale, rolling to the other side. And exhale, really pull the belly in. Drop the chin to the chest on exhale. Inhale, heart leads the way. And exhale, pull that belly in. One more big rotation. And exhale, bringing it back. And then inhale, lift. From here, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, draw the shoulders back, down, away from the ears, chin to chest. And inhale, scoop the shoulders forward, big squeeze. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together, rounding down the back. And here we're gonna lift the shoulders and squeeze the fists, hold the breath in, we're tensing. Exhale, drop it down, shake the hands out. One more time, inhale, squeeze the shoulders, squeeze the fists. Exhale, release. Big breath as you shake it out. So part of our stress response, if you see perhaps a dog get frightened, you see them afterwards shake. And so part of getting our nervous system to calm from stress response is to do some shaking. We tense and release and can shake it out. Okay, from here, bring the knees together, extend the legs out in front, give those knees a little bit of love. And then from here, point the toes low, stretching through the tops of the feet, ankles and shins, lift the heart, and press the heels out. Draw the toes in towards you, spread the toes wide, little hinge from the top of that hip crease. Roll the ankles a few big circles each way. Releasing the ankles, always trying to find your range of motion. Making that broadest sweep through the joint that is possible. Big circles. And then press the feet actively out. Inhale, lift the heart. Hinge from the hip crease as you begin to draw the heart forward. Think about rotating the pelvis as much as you can. And then slowly coming into this forward fold, tuck the chin down. Feet are active, legs are energetically squeezing in towards each other. Inhale, and then exhale through the mouth, HA. As you melt into your forward fold, relax the feet and legs, turn the palms up. Pausing here in self-awareness. Breathe from nose to belly, feeling that belly expand with each inhale. Noticing any thoughts in the mind. Trying to melt any tension away from the body. Fingertips press down, inhale, roll yourself back up. And from here, step the right foot in. We're moving into our Marichyasana twist, so either the foot to the inner knee, or possibly going deeper, step the right foot across to the outside of the left knee. Set your left foot actively. Inhale, reach strongly through the left arm, lengthen. Exhale, begin to twist from the belly before bringing that left elbow to the outer right knee. Another option is just to loop that elbow around the knee. So finding a strong position here to support the arm and the leg. Right hand comes behind your hip for support. Inhale, lengthen upward. Exhale, pull the belly in as you begin to twist to the right. Turning your head only gently. Breathing low into the lungs to feel that belly expand. And on an inhale, lengthen upward, release the hand to the knee, and slowly untwist, coming forward. Bring that sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. From here, inhale, lift your heart, reach up through the right arm, and exhale, begin to fold into Janu Shirshasana, head to the knee pose. Finding again an active forward bend to begin with. And then inhale, lift the heart. Exhale through the mouth, HA. As you melt into a forward bend, release effort from the foot and the hands. Drop the chin down, close the eyes. Fingertips press down. Inhale, roll yourself back up. Extend the right leg out and step the left foot in. So again, either to the inner right knee or stepping across to the outside of the right knee. Stay active through the right foot. Inhale, reach the right arm up tall. Turn from the low belly toward the left and either hand or elbow to the knee or plunge that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, reach through the spine, and exhale, begin to rotate from the low belly. Keeping the neck comfortable at all times. Breathe low in the lungs. Feel the diaphragm create that pressure, pushing the belly into the left thigh. And inhale, lengthen upright, hand to the knee, and exhale, coming forward. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Press actively through the right foot, turn towards that extended leg. Inhale, left arm reaches to help you exhale. Hinge deeply from that right hip crease, coming into your forward bend. Starting active here, feeling a deep stretch to the back of that leg. And then inhale, pull the belly in, exhale, release, palms turn up, foot relaxes. Always these forward bends are poses of self-awareness, opportunity to notice the energy in the body, thoughts in the mind, emotional pain that we're holding. And fingertips press down. On an inhale, roll yourself back up. And leaving that left foot right where it is, pick the right foot up and work towards stacking that right foot on top of the left knee. Now, if that's too much for your right hip, then slide the right foot lower down onto the left leg. But we're working towards this campfire leg pose, trying to create parallel line between the two shin bones, stacking the right leg on top of the left. And you'll feel right away that pretty deep opening into the right hip. Roll the shoulders back, palms up, and inhale, rise up. Smile as you gather good energy. Turn the palms out, exhale, internally rotate the upper arms, thumbs point down, and then bring the hands to the sacrum, to the low back. Interlock your hands, roll the shoulders back, and begin to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Straighten the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale, chin to the chest. Imagining the breath can soften any tension in that right hip. Expanding space on inhale, releasing tension on exhale. And then inhale, bend the elbows, release the hands, and just hinge very slightly forward from that right hip crease, deepening the hip opener. And then inhale, coming back up. We're going to continue to cross the legs here. So as we internally rotate the thighs, the inner thighs reaching down towards the mat, we're going to walk our feet towards the outer hips. You might need to really find that left sitting bone. And the goal in this Gomukhasana leg position is to stack the right knee over the left here. It's called happy cow face, as a top jaw, bottom jaw of a cow. But that may not be quite within your range of motion, and so you can just bring that right leg across to any point that feels manageable and somewhat comfortable. Yoga is always challenging. We have deep sensation, but should never be painful. Okay, so finding steadiness here in the legs. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, walk yourself forward however far. Softening the jaw, relaxing the face with this intensity of this stretch to the outer hip. Deep breath in. Release on exhale. Soften. And inhale, pressing yourself back up. Go ahead and lean yourself back a little bit. Release both legs forward. And just a little windshield wiper here. So just flowing the knees side to side, trying to relax those hips after that hard work. Okay, second side. So sitting right back up, we're going to bring the right foot down to the mat. The left foot stacks on top of the right knee. And again, the option to draw that right or the left foot farther down the right leg to any point that feels more comfortable, more safe to your hip joint perhaps. Work towards stacking this left lower leg on top of the right, parallel shins. Again, finding connection in those sitting bones. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin, and exhale, chin to chest. You might enjoy here just a little bit of self-massage to the back of the neck and shoulders. As we just pause here in this hip opener, trying to make sure we can use that challenge in that left hip to make sure we don't transfer tension anywhere else in the body. Softening through the face, through the neck and shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart, begin to hinge a little bit from that left hip crease, coming into a slight fold, feeling that hip engage. Deep breath in. Release on exhale. And then rising up, continue to internally rotate through the inner thighs, bringing the knees on top of each other, feet toward the outer hips, into our Gomukhasana legs, working towards those stacked knees, but of course, finding any position with that left leg that feels safe to your body. Finding both sitting bones. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift the heart, and hinging from the hip crease, folding forward, heart lifted. Soften the eyes, relax the jaw, smooth all tension from the face. Breathing in from nose to belly, imagine creating space in that left hip on each in-breath. Tension melting away on each out-breath. And deep breath in. Exhale, smile and release. And rising back up. Leaning back, untangle those legs, take the feet in front with knees bent. And once more, just side to side, gentle release. Oh, that feels so good after that challenging hip work. And then bring the knees to center. Inhale, lift your heart, kind of pull onto those knees. Inhale, lift your heart. Begin to fold yourself onto the upper legs. Weave your arms underneath the thighs, and then drop the chin down, cheekbones resting to the knees. So this is a sitting up child's pose. A great alternative if child's pose is uncomfortable to your knees or your ankles. Being able to tuck the chin and close the eyes. Going inward, able to feel the breath move the body, aware of thoughts in the mind. Pausing for a moment of stillness. And then coming up, holding that inner awareness, cross to the lower legs, coming onto hands and knees, toes together, knees apart. Bringing those hips back to the heels, and then sliding yourself into your child's pose. Perhaps forehead to the mat. You can always stack the hands to support the forehead. Either arms forward, palms up, or possibly you prefer arms alongside the legs. Enjoying stillness here in child's pose, going inward. Aware of the breath. Aware of the whole body. And then turning palms down to the mat, setting up for tabletop position. So our hands are shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide, middle fingers parallel. And then inhale, rise up to tabletop position. Adjust the legs so that the knees fall directly under the hips and the toes are pointing straight back away from you. From here, flex the right foot. So as if you're pulling your toenails toward the right shin. Looking forward, inhale, press the right foot up to the sky as the heart reaches forward, tiger pose. Exhale, draw the knee strongly forward toward the forehead as you squeeze the belly in. Inhale, press to the sole of the right foot, reach forward, lift the chin, and exhale, strong compression through the belly, knee toward the forehead. And one more time, inhale, big extension, really reach that heel high. And flexion, pull the knee in, release the crown of the head. And now bring on inhale that right knee behind the right wrist. Turn the right foot towards the left side of the body. Walk the left foot back, coming into a pigeon pose here. So you're always invited in pigeon pose to prop a blanket or pillow underneath that outer thigh. Perhaps you can adjust your leg position to get that right hip down to the mat. Inhale, start lifted here. Reach the heart, smile to the face, little back bend. Roll the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Deep breath in and exhale. Fold deeply from the right hip as you come down onto forearms. Always the option to stack your hands or stack the fists to support the forehead. Or perhaps just releasing completely here in a deep forward fold. Again, using the breath as a way to visualize releasing deep layers of tension in the right hip. Soften the jaw. Loving energy into the eyes. And then walking hands back in. Deep breath in, begin to rise up. Curl those left toes under, walk the knee forward. Right knee meets the left. Inhale and table, and exhale, bring it back to child's pose. Always a nice release after pigeon. Keeping those arms active. Inhale, rise back to tabletop. Flex the left foot, gazing forward. Inhale, press that left heel to the sky. Reach the heart forward. And exhale, knee coming all the way forward. Pull the belly in, releasing the crown of the head. And inhale, press that left heel high to the sky. Reach for the heart. Exhale, strong core work. Draw it in, knee towards the forehead. One more time, big extension. Really reach up through that left foot. And exhale, flexion. Inhale, bring the left knee behind the wrist. Kick that left foot out. Walk the right leg back. And begin to set yourself up for pigeon pose, second side, possibly propping underneath that left hip with a blanket. Starting on hands or fingertips, inhale, lengthen upward, all the way from pubic bone to collarbone. Smile to the face as you reach the heart forward. Deep breath in, and exhale. Coming down into your pigeon forward fold. Always the option to support the forehead. Pause with inner awareness. Imagine the left hip expanding space on inhale, releasing deep layers of tension on exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, smile to the face, release. And then coming part way up, bringing hands to shoulder width apart, curl the right toes under, walk the knee in, bring the left knee back to the right in tabletop. From here, inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. Exhale, pull the belly in and release to child's pose. Softening here. Grounding in gratitude. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Melody BT. All right, reach hands forward actively here, setting up for down dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, spread the fingers wide. Inhale, rise to table, curl your toes under, and exhale with bent knees. Begin to lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog position. Starting with those bent knees, really focus on the long spine, reaching the sitting bones up and back. Press the hands down and forward. Broaden through the arm bones and the shoulders. Relax the neck. And then begin to straighten one knee at a time. Take a full breath here as you begin to stretch through the whole back plane of the leg. Next breath in, bend the first knee, straighten the second. Heel descends. Full breath. And then bending both knees, re-lengthen the hips up and back, and then begin to straighten the knees as both heels descend. Gazing toward the toes, reaching the heart towards the legs. And then from here, step the feet wide to the edges of your mat. Wide stance down dog. You might find your heels reach the mat more easily here with a wider stance. And then begin to bend the knees and walk the hands back, coming onto tiptoes. So this is called a froggy position or a froggy squat. So we're going to stay on the toes here, and hands come to the mat, and just side to side, kind of sway the hips side to side, fluidly releasing any tension. Just a nice, easy movement here. And then as you come to center, think of an energetic lift here. So we're pressing into the big toe ball mounds a little bit, lifting energetically the hips away from the heels. And you can stay here with fingertips to the mat. Otherwise, begin to straighten up. Turn the palms forward. Lift the hands off the mat as you brace the back of the hands into those inner legs. Press the arms into the legs, reach the knees back, engage the pelvic floor in and up, lift the heart, lengthen through the spine, working towards stacking the head and the shoulders right over the pelvis. Again, that little energetic lift, almost as if you could stand up here, lifting those hips from the heels. Press the knees back. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Bring hands down to the mat. Hug the knees in. And then from here, begin to walk the hands out. Stretch the back body here. And then inhale, lift the hips and find yourself back to down dog. Feet can walk in to your regular feet close together in our regular down dog position. Pause here for a breath. And inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to the hands. Inhale, long spine. And exhale as you straighten the knees, folding into Uttanasana, our standing forward bend. You can sway in Uttanasana to release tension from the back body. You can always hold on to the elbows, little traction to the spine. But find stillness here as we allow blood flow to come to the brain. Moment of stillness. And then check that your feet are close together here, just maybe about 1 inch between the big toes. Inhale, look forward, begin to bend your knees and hips deeply. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, pull the belly in, lift up a little bit as you begin to rotate strongly from the belly, turning to the right. Bring your left elbow to the outer right knee. Press prayer hands together as you begin to spiral from the belly. Inhale. And exhale, release back to Uttanasana. Straighten the knees. And one more time, inhale, look forward, bend the knees deeply, hands to prayer. Next, inhale, lift part way, turn to the left, right elbow to the outer left knee, pressing prayer hands together, rotate from the belly, big twist. And inhale, release, exhale, Uttanasana. And then from here, release the arms, bend the knees. On a slow inhale, rise upward, gathering energy, coming all the way up, hands open. Turn the palms out and exhale, floating it down slowly, coming to mountain pose. Pausing here for this full body awareness. Feet grounding down, held strongly by gravity. Heart and crown of the head reaching up. Feeling the effort of the heart beating. The sensation of the respiratory system breathing. Aware of heat or tingles in the hands and the face. Holding awareness. And on a deep breath in, coming back to outer awareness. So as I mentioned, as we tensed and shook out our shoulders and hands, part of the nervous system coming down out of stress response back to relaxation response can involve shaking. So there's a whole embodied healing practice called trauma releasing exercises, and they include positions in which the body shakes. And so what we're going to do here is a twisting movement. And so with feet wide, really fluid through the knees and the hips here, we're just going to start to twist side to side. So let the knees bend, let the heels lift up. And just really think about the low back right now. Just a little bit of twist into the low back. And then begin to speed up your pace a little bit. And just the centrifugal force will begin to lift the arms. And keep it going till the arms are at shoulder height. Really releasing through the mid-back, through the upper back. Shaking it out and twisting the body. And then begin to slow it down. Feel the arms begin to descend, side to side, and then just coming to stillness. Holding awareness for a breath here. Okay, we're gonna flow. We are gonna do low lunge today, so if you know you would like a blanket to pad your kneecap, have one off to the right side of your mat for our first low lunge. Find mountain pose. Step the feet in so there's just a few inches between the big toes. Our optimal alignment here in Tadasana is for those frontal hip bones to align with the center of the feet. Roll the shoulders back, palms forward, tuck the tailbone down, lift the heart, but don't back bend. So pull energetically the core in, the front ribs draw back. For a moment, just close the eyes. Practicing full awareness of the body, the breath, the mind. Trying to anchor our awareness in the present moment. Little smile to the face. Some loving energy to the eyes. Truly grateful. And then from here, inhale, sweeping breath, rise up, smile to the face. Exhale, palms turn towards you, tracing down the body, radiant body breath, bend the knees. And inhale, rise, gather healing energy. Exhale, palms trace the whole front plane of the body, softening emotional pain. And inhale, big breath. Exhale, slowly trace down the soothing energy in the body. And this time we're going to inhale, rise. Exhale, bend the knees, palms stay open as we open through the heart. Begin to fold from the hips as you release into Uttanasana with bent knees. Inhale, look forward, pull the belly in as you straighten the knees, and exhale, fold. Pausing here for a moment. Looking slightly forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, lift the right leg up high behind you. Bend the left knee as you step the right foot back for a long lunge, crescent lunge. So we need a little width between our feet for balance here. And we're going to stay high on those back right toes. Visual focus as you begin to rise up. So crescent lunge is our balancing lunge, which requires extra mental awareness. As we're in balance and we start to lose our place, it cues us to the fact we were probably a bit distracted in the mind. Find this lunge so that your left knee falls over the ankle. Release the arms and inhale, rise up. And on exhale, straighten the left knee as your palms turn out and trace that shoulder range of motion, shoulder blades drawing down the back. Inhale, lunge and rise. Exhale, straighten and release, shoulders all the way down the back edge of the shoulder joint. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, roll it back, straighten the knee. And then here, inhale, reach it up. We're gonna twist. So begin to open to the left, twisting here in a crescent lunge, arms in a T. You can stay right here, or if you wanna go a little further, bring those right fingertips to grab, or the left fingertips grab the outer right thigh, right palm up, and inhale up and over. Feel a deep stretch in here into the right side of the abdomen. Visual focus for balance. Reach up through this right hamstring. Inhale and exhale, arms back in a T. Rotate prayer hands to the heart. Hinge from your left hip, coming down into low lunge. Release the right knee to the mat. Leave the right toes curled under. And here today, we want the knee over the left ankle. Plant the right hand directly under the shoulder. Release the left arm and inhale, sweep it up. Twisting here in low lunge, an option here to lift the right knee off the mat. Lunge, twist. Inhale, reach, and exhale, bring the left hand down. If the right knee is lifted, release it back to the mat. Visual focus in front of you as you rise up onto that left thigh. Sink the hips lower now. It's okay if that knee goes beyond the ankle. Really feel a deep opening to the front of the right hip. And releasing arms, inhale, rise up, big stretch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pull the belly in and begin to rotate to the left. Right elbow to the left thigh, pressing prayer hands into each other. Turn deeply from the belly region. Deep twist in low lunge. And inhale back to the center. Hands come to the mat. Release those back toes. And now begin to walk the hips back. Left toes lift up into half splits. So pull those left toenails towards the shin. Draw that left hip back. Feel a deep stretch through that back of the left leg. And inhale back to low lunge. Plant your hands, curl the right toes under, lift the back knee, and step the left foot back into plank pose. Plank pose is always optional, but it's a way to engage a strong tension through the muscles of the body to help us find deep relaxation. So working here, trying to breathe through the nose. Keep the core engaged, pelvic floor engaged. We're lifting through the inner thighs. Neck is in neutral, gazing just beyond the fingertips. Trying to keep the face relaxed, breath steady. Great job, everybody. Deep breath in and exhale, knees come down. Lower yourself onto the belly slowly, hug the elbows in. As you come down onto the belly, walk those frontal hips back, releasing to the tops of the feet. Stacking the hands, release your forehead. Pausing here in crocodile pose, toes turn in, heels fall out. This pose gives us a chance for full body awareness. Really use the breath here to breathe low so the diaphragm is pressing the belly organs into the mat. Feel the belly push into the mat with each inhale. Soften with each exhale. Aware of the mind, inviting thoughts to pass by. Aware of all the energy in the body. And then from here, lift the feet up off the mat, knees bend. And then just dropping the feet side to side, massaging the belly. Push the belly into the mat. And release as the legs sway. Using gravity here to massage the internal organs, supporting our immune system, our hormone regulation, and our lymphatic flow for detoxification. And then bringing knees to center, release the feet once more. Bring the hands out, tuck the elbows in, lifting into Sphinx pose. So energetically tugging your hands in towards you, begin to lift from pubic bone to collarbone, reaching the heart forward, always being sure to not collapse through the shoulders, but lift up and out from the shoulders. Press through the little toes of the feet. Inhale and exhale, coming down, forehead to the mat, hands under your shoulders. Inhale, press up to tabletop. And then walk the hands forward as you reach the hips back into our puppy dog stretch, or melting heart. Inhale and exhale now all the way back to child's pose. Hips to the heels, releasing palms turned up. Finding stillness as we go inward. Aware of the breath. Aware of all the sensation in the body. And when the danger passed and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses and made new choices and dreamed new images and created new ways to live and heal the earth as they had been healed. Kitty O'Meara. Allowing ourselves time and space to grieve, to feel fully, to explore our pain with kind curiosity. From here, begin to reach the hands forward actively, setting up for down dog. Inhale the table, curl toes under, and exhale, lift it up and back. Find your full pose here. You can be fluid, you can bend the knees a little bit, shake out the head. And then from here, inhale, float the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over the wrist, and stepping the right foot down. We're setting up for crescent lunge, second side. So we're gonna stay high on those back left toes. Make sure there's a little bit of width between your feet to help you balance with more ease here. As you find visual focus, begin to rise up. Finding this lunge distance where the knee falls over the ankle, release the arms. And inhale, lunge and rise, lift the heart. Turn the palms out and exhale, straighten the knee. Find that edge all through the range of motion through the shoulder joints. Inhale, lunge, rise. Feeling deep stretch to the front of the left hip. Exhale, release, shoulder range of motion. And inhale, big breath. Exhale, straighten the knee. And then inhale, lunge. Visual focus for balance. Next breath in, begin to rotate to the right. Opening your arms into a T. Finding balance here. Option to stay here or bring the right fingertips to grab the left thigh. Left palm up and inhale. Up and over. Big abdominal stretch. Breathe into the belly. And inhale, release to a T. Rotate forward, hands in prayer. Exhale, fold from the right hip. Bring the hands to the mat. Left knee comes down. Keeping those left toes curled under. Right knee over the knee. Right knee over the ankle. Plant your left hand under the shoulder. And then on an inhale, sweep the right arm up into a twist. Option here to lift that back knee, reaching out through the left hamstring. Inhale and exhale, float it back down. Left knee to the mat if you lifted. You can release those back toes if you prefer here. Visual focus as you rise up onto the right thigh. Really sink the hips low here. Deep stretch into that left frontal hip. Inhale, prayer hands to the heart. Lift the belly, begin to rotate to the right, left elbow to the right leg, hands in prayer. Really press the hands into each other as you spiral through the belly region. Perhaps gazing upward. Deep twist here in low lunge. And then on an inhale, release. Exhale, bring hands down, and then walk those hips back. Back to our half splits. Think about pulling that right hip back and also those toes drawing toward the shin. Inhale back to low lunge, curl the left toes under, lift the back knee and step the right foot to meet the left into our optional plank pose. You can certainly rest in child's or table, or perhaps you prefer a down dog position. Otherwise, we tense in order to relax. This pose also creating a lot of sensation to anchor our awareness. The mind will often react as things feel challenging with negative judgment, and we have a chance here to keep the mind steady. It's just heat, just a little bit of shakiness to those muscles. Lift through the inner thighs, press the heart away from the mat. Breathing through the nose. Great job, everybody. Deep breath in and exhale. Either knees come down, or if you want a little more challenge, keep those knees lifted, hug the elbows in, lowering and back onto the belly. And as you come to the mat, release to the tops of the feet. Stack your hands under the forehead. Toes in, heels out, letting go here. Grounding in gratitude. Remembering here to breathe from nose to belly. Deep diaphragmatic breath to help press the belly into the mat. And then from here, begin to lift the feet up. And then side to side, just swaying the feet back and forth. Trying to press the pubic bone and belly down into the mat. Creating this massage into the belly region. And then inhale to center. Release the feet back down. And then hands forward, elbows tuck in, back to our Sphinx, heart opener position. Press through the little toes of the feet, energetically tug the hands in towards you and lift from the shoulders. Finding as much length and stretch through the belly as we can. Inhale and exhale, tuck the chin and come down. Forehead to the mat, hands under your shoulders. Inhale, press to table. Once more, find that nice puppy dog stretch to release the low back. Inhale, and on an exhale, sinking the hips to the heels and melting into child's pose. Letting go of all effort in the body. Stretching the jaw, relaxing the face. Slowing down the breath. The pandemic has taught us that what really matters is the same for all of us. It's the health and safety of our families and our loved ones, our communities, and our world. Dr. Catherine Hayhoe. as we go through tragedy and collective grief, this opportunity to see what really matters in our lives, an opportunity to transform tragedy into growth, to find a deeper understanding. And begin to walk the hands forward actively. Inhale the table, curl your toes under, and exhale up and back to down dog, big stretch. Inhale, left leg up, and exhale, step it forward, just transitioning. Rock it back, and exhale, right foot to the left. Inhale, swing the spine out. Exhale, fold. And with feet close together here, release the arms, bend the knees, and inhale, unfurl, rising up, opening the heart. And then exhale, turn the palms out and release to mountain pose. Palms forward, heart open, pausing in full awareness. And on an inhale, coming back out. From here, take the feet wide. Toes are turned straight forward, feet are parallel. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, turn the palms out, thumbs point down as we internally rotate the arms, interlock hands at the sacrum. Roll the shoulders back, hinge from the front of the hips and come forward. Begin to straighten the elbows and reach the hands away from the hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, making sure everything in the neck is comfortable. And then inhale, coming up halfway, release the hands to the mat. Left hand under the face, inhale, big sun breath. Big twist here. Exhale, right hand where the left was, and inhale, big twist. Exhale, bring it down. Heel toe your feet in a couple times, and then drop your hips down into our yoga squat. Elbows to the inner knees, hands in prayer. Really squeeze the elbows and knees together. Lift the heart, lift the shoulders. Pelvic floor in and up. Breathing deeply. And then from here, bringing hands in front of you for balance. Just set yourself back gently. And then with knees bent, feet to the floor, coming onto the elbows. Just taking the feet a little bit wide, just windshield wiper gently side to side. And then here on an inhale, begin to slowly release yourself onto the back body, releasing the legs all the way to the mat. Coming into our Shavasana position, just do a couple cool downs. Inhale, exhale, pull the right knee into the chest strongly. Reach out through the left big toe ball mound, squeezing into the right side of the belly. Inhale, extend the leg up, hands behind the thigh. And then exhale, step the right foot onto the left leg. Left hand grabs the knee, begin to roll to your left side, trying to keep both shoulders on the mat. And perhaps to go a little deeper, you'd like to bring your right foot off the leg and bring that right knee into a 90-degree angle to deepen the twist. Head might turn to the right, away from the knee. Inhale, coming onto your back, foot to that left thigh. And then on exhale, lift the left knee up, coming into our thread the needle or supine pigeon pose here. Engage that right ankle, press the knee away. Hug the left leg in. Deep breath in. Smile and exhale with release. Long HA exhale. Soften. Inhale, step the left foot down, followed by the right. And then hug that left knee in as the right leg slides out. Squeeze the left knee into the belly. Inhale, extend the leg up. Exhale, step the left foot onto the right thigh, right hand to the knee, roll onto the right side of the body, and then the option to bring that right knee off the leg, bringing that left knee into more of a 90 if you want to go a little deeper here into your twist. Perhaps turning the head to the left. And then inhale to center, coming onto the back. Bring that left foot onto the right thigh. Inhale and exhale, hug the right knee in. Press the left knee away. Last hip stretch. Deep breath in. And exhale with release. Long, complete exhale. Inhale, set the right foot down, then the left, and slide yourself out now into Shavasana. Of course, this is your relaxation practice, so if you would like to prop yourself with a pillow, a roll under the knees, or even perhaps you'd like to be in a supported butterfly position, just prop up some pillows underneath those outer knees. Make sure you feel nice and cozy warm. Possibly taking a moment to put on an extra sweater or some socks. And if you have some version of an eye pillow, that might help you go a little more deeply and quickly into a relaxed state. And wherever you find yourself, walk the shoulder blades in towards each other, palms up, heart open. You might enjoy for a moment crossing hands onto the belly, offering a healing, soothing energy to the belly region, to the organs. Really aware of all the circulation through that part of the body after our practice. The lymph system flowing freely, circulation at its optimum. You might want to stretch your jaw or even gently massage the temples or the forehead, just to give these little cues to the nervous system that everything in this moment is okay. It is safe to let go into deep relaxation. Deepening the breath, feeling the belly rise on inhale, fall on exhale. Pause and notice. Fully aware of the present moment. Feel the vastness of silence, the expansion in the emptiness. Truly alive in stillness. Just be. Soften into the quiet. Just this is enough. Allow the pain of the current moment to guide you to a deeper understanding. Fully aware of the body, the breath, the mind. Look deeply into the pain. Allow it. Bring kind curiosity and offer yourself loving kindness. Breathe in deep compassion. Allow tragedy to become an opportunity for transformation. Offer your presence to all that is, moving toward acceptance, able to find deep appreciation broadening your understanding. Find meaning in all that is. This belongs. Begin to deepen the breath. Feel the energy of the breath, bringing with it a healing light. Beautiful energy coming into the heart center with each breath, flowing out to soothe each cell of the body. And slowly, gently coming back to the body with gentle movement of the fingers and the toes, perhaps squeezing and opening the hands and the feet, rolling the wrists and the ankles, always moving in whatever way feels best to you. You might enjoy taking a big full body stretch here, maybe interlocking hands and flipping palms away from the crown of the head. Maybe a little side to side stretch through the ribs. And you might enjoy one last twist, or just squeezing the knees into the belly, feeling a nice compression as you rock on the back body. And then coming to roll to your right side, feeling a new sense of gravity holding you securely here in right side lying position. Another transition moment to bring our full awareness to. New sensation. And then your left hand will press down as you roll the torso up. Allow the head to come up very last. And holding inner awareness, find a nice sitting position to end the class. I'd like to close with a writing by Julio Vincent Gambuto. The treadmill you've been on for decades just stopped. That feeling you have right now is asking, what just happened? I hope you might consider this. What happened is inexplicably incredible. Not the deaths, not the virus, but the great pause. It is, in a word, profound. What the crisis has given us is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see ourselves and our world in the plainest of views. At no other time ever in our lives have we gotten the opportunity to see what would happen if the world simply stopped. Here it is. We're in it. It has brought to light all of the beauty and painful truths of how we live. And that feels really weird because it has never happened before. If we want to create a better world for our children, a sustainable world, we have to pay attention to how we feel right now. Take a deep breath and think deeply about what you want to put back into your life. This is our chance to define a new normal, a rare and sacred opportunity to only bring back what works, what makes our lives richer. With palms turned up, loving energy through the face. Breathe in awareness of this great pause. Allow yourself to feel the intensity of the moment. Aware that there is grief and fear and struggle, but also aware of this opportunity to grow, to learn, to deepen our understanding. Releasing hands to your sides. Inhale, smile as arms rise. Gather healing energy as fingertips touch. And exhale, prayer hands. Draw this energy down into your center. Come back to your intention. See yourself very mindful as we go through this chapter, able to pause and notice and explore the experience with loving awareness, kind curiosity. And from there, returning to compassion and gratitude again and again. Deep breath in. Exhale with release. And 2 more times. Big deep breath. Exhale, let it go. And 1 last time. Inhale, smile. Exhale, release. Thank you so much for joining me today in this practice. It's always a pleasure to share our community, to share this healing work. So thank you so much. Namaste. Give me just a quick moment to sign off and say goodbye. Thank you everybody for practicing with me today. I hope this was a feel-good, challenging practice perhaps, all the deep twisting, all of the hip work that we did, but hopefully at this point you feel some release, some ease through the mind and the body. Next week we're going to focus all about compassion and how this is an active practice through a lifetime. So I look forward to you joining me then. Thank you.